大家好，我是菲菲老师。Today we learn lesson 13. The title of this lesson is 请给我一杯茶。请给我一杯茶。Okay, first of all, the objectives of this lesson. First of all, language point, double object sentences. We will explain this in detail in the language points. And then the modal verb, 可以, right? One more modal verb. And then the verb plus 一下 structure, right? So for this lesson, we have 3 language points. And then finally, let's learn some common expressions for ordering food. Okay, very good. First of all, let's read through the text. 黄老师，我可以再问您一个问题吗？可以，你有什么问题？那个小店卖不卖手机？我不知道，你可以打电话问一下。Okay, as usual, 2 questions. Number 1, 白芳芳想再问黄老师。A, 一个问题。B, 两个问题。C, 这个问题。Number 2, 黄老师，那里卖不卖手机？ A, 知道。B, 不知道。C, 也想知道。Okay, let's hear again. 黄老师，我可以再问您一个问题吗？可以，你有什么问题？那个小店卖不卖手机？我不知道，你可以打电话问一下。Okay, first one. 想再问黄老师 original sentence 一个问题 right 我可以再问您一个问题吗？问题 here means question. The new vocabulary of this lesson. 一个问题 a question. So we should choose A, right? 一个问题。Number 2, 黄老师知道 or 不知道？黄老师 says 我不知道。Right, 不知道. So we should choose B. A and B. Did you get it right? Okay, so now let's go through the vocabularies. You can read after me. 可以在问题卖打电话一下Okay, first 在 we just learned this 汉字 recently, right? The meaning we learned the first time was, can you still recall? It means then, right? Then we do one thing and then we do another one, right? For example, 我吃苹果在睡觉。How do we translate this one? 我吃苹果在睡觉。I will eat the apple and then go to sleep. Right? One action after another. So today we learned the second meaning of 在. It means once more or again. For example, 我想再吃一个苹果。Here we have only one verb, right? The only verb here is 吃, right? So it doesn't mean we do one action and then we do another one. So here, 我想再吃一个苹果. I want to eat one more apple. One more apple. Okay, and then 我要再读一本书. I will read one more book. And then this word that we always say, 再见. Now, can you guess what is how do we understand this word literally? We know it means goodbye, right? Goodbye. So, 再 here it means again, and 见 means to see. So, it literally means I will see you again. 再见, I will see you again. Okay, very good. 再. And then next one, 问题. It means question or problem. So the measure word for 问题 is 一个问题 one question 一个问题 And then if we see 问 alone, this word alone, it could be a verb. It means to ask. So 问问题 ask question. Ask question. For example, 我有一个问题. How do we understand? 我有一个问题. I have a question. 我有一个问题. I have a question. And then 我想问你一个问题. 我想问你一个问题. How do we translate this one? So here, 问, the first one, it's the verb, right? I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. Okay, 问题. Next one, 买. Before we see already 买, right? 买. It means, what does 买 mean? It's third tone, 买. It means to buy, right? To buy. So now we learn the word for to sell. For example, 卖书, 卖书 sell books. 卖车 sell car. 卖衣服 sell clothes. Right? So you can just add what you want to sell directly after 卖. So it becomes you are selling that thing. Okay, for example, 那边在卖什么东西? Remember here 在. It means if we put 在 in front of a verb, it means that action is happening. Right? So this person is asking, what is selling over there? 那边在卖什么东西? And then next one, 他在一家商店卖水果. 他在一家商店卖水果. Here, this 在, it's in front of. 一家商店 is the location, right? It's in front of a location. So here, 在, it means, it indicates the location. Right? So 他在一家商店卖水果. He sells fruits in the shop. 商店 shop. Next one, 打电话. 电话, what does it mean? 电话. It means phone, right? Phone. And then what about cell phone? How do we say cell phone? Can you still remember? 手机, right? 手机. We said 手, it means hand. And then 机, it means machine, right? So 手机, cell phone. So 打电话, make a phone call. Make a phone call. For example, 老师在打电话呢. The teacher is making a phone call. 打电话, make a phone call. And then 我打電話問一下. 我打電話問一下. 一下, we will learn this very soon. So 問一下, it just means I will make a phone call and ask. I'll make a phone call and ask. 打電話. Okay. Next one. So that's all of the vocabularies. Now let's see the language point of this lesson. First one, 可以. The modal verb, 可以. The definition is this in structure, so 可以 plus verb, this in structure indicates possibility, capability, or permission. If we translate 可以 into English, we can translate it into can. For example, 我们现在可以吃饭了吗? Can we eat now? Can we eat now? So actually, so far, we have learned 3 words that can be translated into can, right? So here, 可以, and then 能, right? One more. What's one more? 会, right? What is the difference between these 3? First of all, 会, the most different one, right? 会means, when it means can, it means a skill. Normally, it's a skill or a knowledge that you learned. For example, 我会说中文. In English, I can speak Chinese. 我会说中文, but here, 会, this can, it means that 中文 is a skill that you learned, that you practiced. But for 会, for 能 and 可以, if you say 我可以说中文 or normally it's a question 我可以说中文吗it is asking for permission here 我可以说中文吗 Can I speak Chinese? You're asking for a permission. You're asking for if there is the possibility for you to speak Chinese. So it is different. And then for 能, so the meaning is quite similar. If you say 我能说中文吗? Same meaning. You're asking for a permission. You're asking for the possibility. 我能说中文吗? Right? So here, 可以 and 能, they also indicate capability. Like 我可以说中文. It has the meaning that I have the ability to speak Chinese. Same thing. 能. So here, permission. This one, capability. Capability. And then 会, it's a learned skill or knowledge. Right? Okay, that's the difference. And then between 可以 and 能, there is one more difference. So for this question, 我可以说中文吗? You can, for simplicity, you can directly answer with 可以. 可以. You can do this. 可以. But you cannot. So 可以 is correct. But you cannot answer with just 能. If you answer only with 能, then it sounds a bit too short. So it makes it unnatural. Right? Okay, that's the difference between these three. A bit complicated, right? We need more memorization. We need more practice here. Okay, next one. Let's see the sentence, example sentences of 可以. For example, 我们现在可以吃饭了吗? Can we eat now? 我可以坐在这儿吗? Right? Asking for permission. Can I sit here? And then you answer, 可以,你坐吧. Yes, you can. Go ahead. Go ahead and sit down here. 可以,你坐吧. So, as we said before, if here we change it into 能, is it correct? It's not correct. Right? Sounds unnatural. 能,你坐吧. Weird. So, 可以,你坐吧. Okay, so for the negativity, we say 不可以,不可以. For example, you can say 我可以坐在这儿吗? If you want to reject, you can say, for example, 不好意思或者对不起, right? I'm sorry, 不可以. I'm sorry, you cannot. Okay, very good. Next one. We have one more language point for text 1. So the structure is verb plus 一下. The definition is, in this lesson, the verb plus 一下 structure indicates that an action is performed as a quick attempt or it is brief. So, for example, 你看一下时间,现在几点了? Right? So let's see the first half first. First half here. What does it mean? How do we translate it? 你看一下时间. 你看一下时间. So we know that you want to know the time. You look at your watch, right? It is a very short, it's a very quick attempt. You just do it like this, and that's it, right? It's not 你看时间. If we say 你看时间, it implies that you are maybe staring at your watch for a long time. So 你看一下时间, 现在几点了? What time is it now? So like look at your watch or take a look at the clock. 现在几点了? Right? Okay. And then one more example. 我们休息一下吧. 休息, what does it mean? We learned it in the previous lesson. Right? 休息, take a rest. Right? 我们休息一下吧. So here, you only want to 休息 for a very short time. It's just a quick break. It's not you rest for good. Right? So 我们休息一下吧. What about 吧? What does 吧 mean here? It is the suggestion, right? The soft tone for suggestion. So the person who is saying this, 我们休息一下吧. It means that let's take a short break. Right? Let's take a break. Okay. Other verbs that we can use here. Can you think of any other verb plus 一下? So now we have 看一下, 休息一下. For example, you can also say 读一下, 读一下. So if you're reading a book, then normally it's 读书, right? Because probably you're going to read it for a long time. But what about 读一下? Could be, for example, read the sign, right? You're walking on the street and then you say, read the sign. So you can say 读一下, 招牌. 招牌 means sign. So 读一下招牌吧. Just look at the sign real quick, right? And then, for example, 去一下, right? 去一下. 去一下. For example, 去一下洗手间. 洗手间 means the restroom. 去一下洗手间. 我去一下洗手间. I will go to the restroom shortly, right? Because it's a very quick attempt. You go to the washroom for maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes tops. So it's a quick attempt. You can say 不好意思，我去一下洗手间. What else? 坐一下, right? 坐一下. It's quite you can use it for a lot of things. 坐一下. You do something, it's a quick attempt, really fast. 做一下饭吧. Right? When you want to ask somebody to cook, and then because you want to kind of imply that this is not a tough job, it's just really easy. So 做一下吧. 你做一下饭吧. Just cook, right? 做一下饭吧. Right? 一下. Okay, so this structure is very useful, right? 做一下吧. Verb plus 一下. Okay, so that's everything about part 1. I will see you in part 2 of lesson 13. 再见.